I'm bored. Let's see what a white Christian nationalist thinks of K-pop demon hunters. All right, so as I was scrolling through YouTube today, I saw something perplexing but also familiar. Very familiar. I'm like, what is it that is giving me familiar vibes about this K-pop demon hunters thing and Disney thing that all of these channels are trying to push? What about this narrative feels familiar? And it reminded me of when they used to, and I actually have it open in a tab here, when they used to go back and do this with House of the Dragon and Rings of Power, Nerdrotic, all of these guys. When both of these shows were out at the same time, they wanted to double dip and create outrage by pitting two things against each other, two popular things, and making an entire ecosystem about that. And they did this for months. They were still talking about it recently. I saw a stream where they were still talking about it. So this thing about pitting one popular thing against another popular thing to create fake drama, fake outrage. Like most of their outrage is fake anyway, but this is it's even faker. It's even worse because what they're doing is they're turning it into like a sport. They're treating it like it's football or baseball or something between two teams that aren't even playing against each other. It's like fantasy football for white nationalist incel idiots. And it's so strange to me. So when this K-pop demon hunter thing happened, we're going to watch this video here. I was like, is this what they're doing now? They're trying to pit K-pop demon hunters, an extremely successful Netflix film, extremely successful. I'm still playing Golden at the clubs. It's still getting requested at the clubs where I DJ at. They're trying to pit this against Disney because there's not a lot of Disney stuff to talk about at the moment. Matter of fact, there won't be a lot of Disney stuff to talk about until like next year, like maybe December at the earliest. So we're talking about like next year sometime before they can start doing that. So they're sort of scrambling a little bit. Ryan Kinel made a video. Let's watch this video and see what Ryan Kinel has to say about this because I'm very curious. All right, so the title of this video is Disney Gets Embarrassed by Netflix, Multiple Bombs After Telling Families to F Off. So he's combining like 3 different things in this 5-minute video because usually it's the 45 seconds there at the end is not going to be much of anything. We might not even watch the whole thing. We'll see. But he's combining like the article from Variety, the hit piece article they put out with the success of K-pop demon hunters, which has nothing to do with Disney whatsoever. Literally nothing to do with it. Matter of fact, it's a movie that came out on streaming and then they released it in theaters later. It's not even the same situation. But let's hear what he has to say about this. I'm very curious what Ryan Kinel has to say about K-pop demon hunters.
There is no doubt that over the last several years, the reputation of Disney has taken a nosedive, especially when it comes to families. And a lot of it's based on the crap that Disney's been putting out. A lot of it is also based on Disney's decision to wade right into the culture war.
All right, I want to take a look and see what Disney's numbers are for their animated movies. Let's do the last like 4 movies they put out. So Inside Out 2 did 1.7 billion, Moana 2 did over $1 billion, and Mufasa over here did over 700 million. So out of the 4 animated things that Disney has done, the last 4, only one of them has underperformed. You have the picture here in the box, right? But you're ignoring Moana and you're ignoring Inside Out 2. Even if you dismiss Lion King, even though it's photorealistic animation, it's still animation, you're dismissing the other 2 films, which both did amazing. One did over $1 billion, one almost did $2 billion. But please, continue with whatever it is you're going to say.
And the side they took, most families didn't like it because, quite frankly, people just want their kids to be entertained. They don't want them watching propaganda.
So they changed Elio, though, Ryan, right? They took the gay shit out. And people said the movie wasn't good because you could tell it was missing stuff. Meaning the elements that were, the gay elements that were supposed to be in it were important to the story of the movie, and they didn't like it because it felt like it was missing something. And then I've just pointed out that the other 3 animated movies prior to that one performed really well. So you talk about propaganda, you are literally doing propaganda right now. You're literally doing it right now. So it's really fucking funny to me that you get on here and you're like, they're pushing propaganda while you're doing it. It's always projection with these guys. Fam, it's always projection with them. Every time I click on one of their videos, they're accusing these companies of doing things they're doing themselves. You are pushing propaganda. You're on here making it seem like they've had a string of animated failures when I just pointed out that the last 4 they put out, only one of them underperformed. The other 3 did really well, extremely well. But you're ignoring that. You're leaving it out because you have a narrative to push. And it is, we're going to take K-pop Demon Hunters and put it up against Disney and Pixar.
And over the last few years, we have seen box office failure after failure for Disney.
I literally just pointed out that is false. That is a lie, fam. 100% a lie.
When it comes to what used to be their bread and butter, their animated movies, their family-friendly animation that everybody used to like, not so much anymore. And
you know what's really funny to me is K-pop Demon Hunters on paper is something that Ryan Kinel would literally talk shit about. That's the part that's funny to me. It's a movie about 3 girls who are perfect. The world loves them. They're the best singers in the world. They're the best fighters in the world. They protect the world. It's all destined. It's destiny for them. Literally destiny for them to be doing what they're doing in the movie. We never learn why they're the best at everything. They just are. Which you would complain and say, that's a Mary Sue. They're perfect. They can't do anything wrong. They're girl bosses because they're out here fighting everyone and taking everybody down. They're just really good because they're women. They're girls. The bad guys are the boys. Literally the bad guys of the movies are the boys. The good guys are the women, which is something you would complain about. Everything on paper about this movie is a Ryan Kinel complaint. It literally is. And you can take that and copy and paste that for every one of these fucking channels out here. All of these fucking bottom feeders. All of these leeches on culture. You can do that to every one of these channels because they would say the same fucking thing every time. It's always feminism, woke, girl boss, until they can make a narrative where it's versus Disney. And then for some reason, unknown to me, they decide that this movie is now good and that Disney could learn something from them. When literally, if K-pop Demon Hunters had a Disney tag on it, they would be talking shit about it. If K-pop Demon Hunters was a Pixar movie or a Disney movie, they would be talking shit about it. It's so frustrating because their viewers are going to eat it up. The brain dead fucking brainwashed echo chamber fucking minions and their viewers are going to eat it up while all the while letting them create this narrative that doesn't make any fucking sense to anybody except for their followers.
Although you've had a couple hits like Moana 2 and Inside Out 2.
A couple of hits. You mean one of the or 2 of the last 4 movies they made? You said failure after failure. So what the fuck are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
To 10-year-old properties. Everything else they've put out during that time span has failed epically.
Everything else they put out, you mean all of the direct-to-streaming stuff? Yes. Most of that has done badly because people don't want to pay to go to theaters and see something they can see for free on streaming. That's just facts. That's literally facts, bro. But whatever. Let's go.
Whether it's Lightyear, whether it's Strange World, whether it's Elio, whether it's Wish, it has been one bomb after another. And now,
and what's the reason for that? What's the reason for that? You have all the magic answers. So what is the reason for that? Considering that K-pop Demon Hunters, which I had a lot of fun with this movie as well. I don't think that this movie is at its core, at its foundation, that drastically different from what Disney has been doing. It's just not. K-pop and that whole vibe is really popular right now. It's extremely popular. So Disney not picking up on that, not making a movie that's a K-pop, J-pop type film, that's on them. But you're acting like the movie is doing something at a fundamental level that Disney doesn't do. And that is a false narrative. It's just not real.
Netflix, of all places, is showing you just how poorly Disney's performing in comparison. 3 lessons Pixar should learn from K-pop Demon Hunters after Elio's box office flop.
I just want to point out that Ryan Kinel doesn't give a fuck about Netflix, right? He hates Netflix just like he hates everything else. This is why you know it's performative. This is why you know this is all bullshit. Capital bull, capital shit. Look at all of these negative Netflix shows, like when The Witcher is out. Nothing but negative stuff to say. Talking shit about Narnia here. This is just 4 months ago. This is just 4 months ago. More negative Witcher stuff. Constantly, right? Netflix hid cuties from searches after backlash. this could be bad. So this is him. Like, all of this is negative stuff. Look, Cowboy Bebop gets canceled by Netflix after one season. Get woke, go broke. So Ryan Kinel pretending like Netflix is somehow dropping a W against Disney and giving Disney an L. It's all fake culture war bullshit. It's all fake. It is not real life. I know they want you to believe that, but it's not. These guys are fake as fuck. Ryan, you are a fake fucking person. All right, white nationalist incel says what?
3 lessons Pixar should learn from K-pop Demon Hunters after Elio's box office flop. Now, this was written in June, when K-pop Demon Hunters, a PG-rated animated Netflix movie, started really making...
And you didn't talk about it. I went back and looked. These guys weren't cheering this on in the beginning. They weren't cheering it on in the beginning. They're in late to the party. Very late to the party. I watched this movie the day it came out. I talked about it on a stream. These guys are late to the party with this one.
Waves. A lot of people started watching it. And now it's gone on to become the most popular movie Netflix has ever released with 236 million views.
Look at that. 3 girls prominently displayed on the cover. Can you imagine if this was a Disney movie? Just for a second, in your mind, picture what Ryan Kinel's reaction would be to if it were a Disney property. Just think about it for a second. It wouldn't be what we're seeing right now. That's for sure.
Most popular Netflix film of all time. And that was before, a few months later, when it had a 2-day theatrical run that essentially made the same as Elio's opening weekend in less than half the theaters.
Okay. So did Elio come out on streaming and then get a limited theatrical release, or is it 2 different release methods? Okay, I just checked. No, Elio came out directly to theaters. So there's no actual comparison here. 2 different release methods, 2 different types of movies. The only thing that makes them similar is they're animated. That's it. And these guys love to just compare apples and oranges. They're both fruits, but they're different types of fruit, but they still love to compare it. This is what they love to do.
Box office, K-pop Demon Hunters sings to estimated 17 to 18 million in first theatrical win for Netflix. And by the end of the weekend, it was actually estimated close to 19.2 million. Keep in mind, this was for 2 days.
Right.
Saturday and Sunday for K-pop Demon Hunters. And listen, I didn't go watch this. I don't think that I'm the target demographic.
That's really fucking interesting. So let's take that in, fam. Just breathe this in for a second. Breathe this fucking air in for a second, okay? Take a deep breath, go. If you didn't go to watch this because you're not the target demographic for this, thus meaning you didn't care about it, why the fuck are you talking about Disney properties where you are not the target demographic? Why do you give a fuck about either one of these things? Why do you care? Here's the answer. I'm not asking this question because I don't know the answer. I know the answer. You are an online outrage grifter. This is your job. This is what you do for a living. You shit on children's properties for a living, bro. That's what you do for your paycheck. You get on here as a grown-ass man and make fun of Disney cartoons for a living. It doesn't get any more humiliating than that. That is literally the most humiliating thing you could probably do as a man like yourself that probably considers yourself to be an alpha male. That's pathetic. Can you imagine you're out with the boys, you're going to the bar to drink some beers, smoke some cigars, some real manly man shit. And they're like, yeah, you know what I do for a living? I work on a cattle ranch all day. The other guy, I work at a bike shop. What kind of bikes, man? Motorcycles. I fix motorcycles. Harley Davidsons, you name it, I fix it. The other guy's like, yeah, I run a huge business. I'm the CEO of a big company. Hey, Ryan, what do you do? I make YouTube videos where I shit on Disney properties all day. Bro, what? Ryan, run that back. What do you do again for a living? I talk shit about Disney princess movies, and I do it because it's a paycheck. I don't actually care about it. I just do it because I get paid for it. That's even worse. That's even worse, man. Pack it up. Your man card has been revoked. It's been revoked. Pink slip on the locker. You are fired from being a man. Literally, because you don't even care about it. If you actually cared about this stuff and you thought you were the target audience for this, I could give it a pass, because then I'm like, you know what? You're just passionate. You're just really fucking passionate about the stuff you love, but you're not even passionate about it, bro. You're not even passionate about it. You don't love it. You literally just admitted you were doing this for money. You literally just admitted it, Ryan. Like, oh my God. Let's continue. God. Personally,
but a lot of people that have liked it, they've enjoyed it, they've showed it to their kids, people are having fun. And the sing-along that was...
You don't even know, man. Like, you are hyping up something you haven't even seen. This is clown energy. You haven't even watched the fucking movie, and it's on Netflix for free. You don't even have to go to theaters to watch it. You could watch it at home for free. It's not even a long movie. You sat down to make a video to shit on Disney for something you haven't even watched, which totally explains now why he's doing this, because if he watched the movie, he would realize that everything that he has cried about for the last 5 or 6 years is present in this movie. Everything you have laid in bed crying about at night. Women, oh, women. There's a woman lead. What am I gonna do? Guys, hold on. Let me call a friend. You're not gonna believe it. There's another woman lead in something that I watched when I was a kid. I can't sleep tonight. Like, bro, you didn't even watch it. You didn't even watch it, and you're getting on here shitting on Disney. That's fucking pathetic, man. Again, man card revoked. Literally.
At least in theaters, the target for that is the people who have already probably watched it 5 times. And they still showed up in droves. Released in only 1,700 theaters, not a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, traditional weekend. No, Saturday and Sunday. That's it. Compare that to Elio, Disney's latest...
You mean a non-sing-along movie with no soundtrack? You didn't even mention the fact that the soundtrack, like the song Golden, is massively huge. It was number 1. It's the first here we go. First girl group song to go number 1 in like 2 decades. Girl power, right? Gotta love Ryan Kinel out here hyping up girl power. I didn't know that was popular in the white nationalist incel community. I didn't know that feminist girl power was this popular.
Box office bomb, whose opening weekend was $20 million.
Why don't you compare it to Moana 2? Why don't you compare it to one of the other movies, Inside Out 2? Why don't you compare it to that? Compare it to that, because if you're comparing it to this, you can compare it to those too, because that's what we're doing. We just randomly compare things together with the lowest amount of intelligence possible. That's what we do over here.
Effectively the same. Over a 4-day weekend in 2,000 more theaters than K-pop Demon Hunters.
Wow, that must mean that Elio really sucked. It must mean that's it for Disney, guys. That's it. Disney's out. Even though before that, they had 3 movies that did amazing. They're out. Done. As Project Runway says, one day you're in, one day you're out. I guess Disney is on the outs. Pack it up, guys. Pack it up. The most profitable company in the world is out. They're done. Because Ryan Kinel said so.
And this is just showing you how far this company has fallen.
Wow.
And when you have people like Snoop Dogg making headlines for talking about Lightyear and talking about how he's scared to take his kids to Disney movies now.
Crazy, man.
Because he just wants to be able to eat popcorn, maybe take a nap, and let his kid be entertained. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, like he's the target demographic for these movies, right? Like you are. You're the target demographic. That's what this is all about, right? Any chance you can get to shit on a Disney kids cartoon, Ryan, you're a great guy, right?
But instead, he has to answer questions about the gay propaganda that they're shoving into these movies.
Oh, you didn't even watch the interview. In the interview, he told him to just eat his popcorn and watch the movie. So he did answer the question. He did answer it. He was just being hyperbolic in the interview. Okay, let's continue.
Children. Now, Netflix, certainly not without sin when it comes to propaganda-filled entertainment.
Okay.
However, they have a wide variety of shit. They got a lot of different shit.
So does Disney. So let me get this right. You're like, both companies make propaganda, which should be like a shutdown of all of it. Like if fam, if there's a company that I'm watching and all of a sudden they're making anti-trans propaganda and I'm someone that's like, hey, I love my trans community members, right? I love them. I want to support them. And somebody's making anti-trans propaganda, I wouldn't be hyping up that company for any reason whatsoever. Yeah, that's not how it works.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of different titles on their streaming service. But to have something that is geared towards, 8, 9, 10-year-olds, rated PG like K-pop Demon Hunters, that took the world by storm and took the box office by storm.
You don't even know what the movie's about. That's the crazy part. You don't even know what it's about. This is culture war shit 101. This is narrative shit 101. There's even more to talk about here. Let's give them another 30 seconds to a minute, then we're going to move on.
Number one at the box office, made as much as Elio in less than half the
Who gives
theaters
a fuck,
in only
bro?
2
They're kids'
days.
movies.
It really goes to show you how weak it is right now. And there's a multitude of reasons behind this. And with some of the reports we've seen surrounding this stuff, it does sound like executives at Pixar who came in and said, hey, no, you can't make Elio a 9-year-old gay kid. You can't put that shit in there.
Right.
You can't do that anymore. We've lost too much money.
Yeah.
But when you see Strange Worlds, complete and total flop, Wish, the 100th anniversary they put out for Wish,
show the $1 billion ones. Show the $1 billion ones now.
You see how Disney Animation is struggling across
show the
$1 billion
ones.
Walt
Come
Disney
on,
Animation Studios.
Show it. Stop being a bitch and show the $1 billion ones. Show the $1 billion ones. There's multiple ones.
It's Pixar. They've lost their way, and more importantly, they've lost the trust
of Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg supported gay marriage, my dude. He supported gay marriage. He supported other gay entertainers coming out. Frank Ocean is one of them. He's done that. He was on a lesbian TV show called The L Word. But see, here's the thing. These guys stand for nothing. Matter of fact, we're going to stop there. These guys stand for absolutely nothing. They are the most spineless people on the internet. Because they don't care. Just like he said, he thinks Disney makes propaganda. He thinks that Netflix also makes propaganda. He says both of those things. But it's okay if Netflix does it because they have a few shows that are good. So he doesn't care that they're pushing propaganda. That's not how it works. That's not how we do this. And he knows that. But he's got to paint a narrative. Now, I want to point out that the reason why this is a narrative, the reason why I know for sure this is a talking point they have, let's just click through here. So this is over on the Geeks and Gamers 2 channel. K-pop Demon Hunters humiliates Disney Pixar at the box office. Families are done with woke Disney. Then we have Clownfish TV going, K-pop Demon Hunters just destroyed Disney. WDW Pro revealed the secret battle for K-pop Demon Hunter sequels, selling out cinemas bigger than Frozen. Another random comparison for some reason. Derek Anderson over here goes, K-pop Demon Hunters got it right. K-pop Demon Hunters saved the girl. Disney's Snow White couldn't save itself. So yes, this is a narrative talking point that they have established in their pipeline. This is the first time in a while that I've noticed how all of these little moving pieces have come together for these guys. They are trying anything and everything they can to save their paychecks. Because again, this is what these guys do for a living. They shit on children's properties. That's their bread and butter. And before we pack this all up, let me remind you that Ryan Kinel didn't watch the movie. He admitted that he's not the demographic, and he still got on here and hyped it up like it was this great thing. He has no personal opinion about it. He only cares about the culture war portion of it. You're not even interacting with anything. It's fucking weak, man. It's fucking weak.